And we will see Crack and Crate against Kavitna. Where is it? So yeah, his favorite Gwent players and role models are Super JJ and Telmont, as I said. Also Super JJ for his adaptive tournament deck building, targeting single decks that he expects in the tournament and then preparing all his decks to counter them. And yeah, his favorites moment are closed beta tournaments, with the first challenger tournament that was won by Life Coach. His favorite deck is Spies, which unfortunately got banned, and the card villain Trettenmurph. And his favorite food is the Döner. And Ismashthings represents the country of Lithuania. And his favorite Gwent player is Freddy Babes, for being a newcomer and showing the old guys what is up, and winning a couple of tournaments. Also, Life Coach is also one of his favorite, just for really thinking through all his time and making the best plays with it, which also reflects on Ismashthings' style, as he is a serious roper, always using all his time he can, or all the time he has. Yeah, he started playing in 2017 and remembers getting Grandmaster for the first time with the obnoxious Resilience draws, which used to carry over boosts. So yeah, definitely an interesting favorite deck there. Or like, not an interesting deck back in closed beta. His favorite deck is Meave's Machines, which of course got banned here by Tyke Meissen. And he states the reason is he hates Endrega X, which is of course very relatable, as everyone seems to hate them except monster players. His favorite card is Bloody Baron, of course understandable. Boosts every time by 2 for every act played. Yeah, and his least favorite card is also Endrega X. So yeah, definitely some impressive hate there. And his favorite chicken is his favorite food is fried chicken. So that's a small trivia, and because both players are thinking for a while, we actually didn't miss much of the game. We don't have the greatest hand here for Ismashthings with Roach in hand, but at least Stefan for tempo. Yeah, so like can thin out his bronzes decently. Has Kalak and his Spy also Vic in hand and Joachim. So not too bad, but he's missing his 2 tempo golds, which play out Spies. So not amazing for him. And Tyke Meissen going first in this round with 9 points. And he has Heim and Detlef at least in hand. He's deciding to play his normal, or the normal Greatsword chain. Just playing Greatswords into ship. And then getting infinite points and insane carryover from it. Yeah, of course this chain can be easily blocked by just playing emissaries between them. So not only can the big Greatswords be stolen by a Vicoraro, the chain can also be interrupted by just making the boat hit the emissaries. Yeah, making the whole chain a lot less effective, as the boat will only get boosted by 2 and gain 1 damage. But with Heme Spearmaiden in hand, we see the damage on the Greatswords and another Greatsword and Sonnet to ship. So nice tempo here for Tyke Meissen, realigning all of his combo pieces. And he also played Coral early to deny any enforcers to kill his Greatswords, because with 2 enforcers on the boards, they can easily be killed, as you have 2 turns of time to kill them before they reset and strengthen again. So round 1 looking pretty good for Teigmeissen so far. 3 engines are out for Ismashthings, and Teigmeissen is still up 20 points and has 2 Greatswords on the board that are growing. Of course, he shouldn't probably let them grow too much, as they will only be positive points for Ismashthings. But this already looks like this could be a good pass for him. With 3 engines on the board and 4 already played, and he's still up on points. Has 1 12-point Greatsword and 1 8-point Greatsword. So he shouldn't have too much trouble with resurrections. Also can resurrect 1 ship. So yeah, I think he should take this pass, as Ismashthings will just get insane points from now on, with 6 points per spy played. And every Greatswords that gets strengthened just is points for Ismashthings as well. So yeah, Teigmeissen takes the pass here. Good decision. And Ismashthings will only have 3 rod tosses left and 2 engines. And an assassin, of course, to kill Greatswords. So not super much combo potential or engine potential, but definitely still a lot of raw points potential if he finds his golds rather soon. Teigmeissen giving up this round also means that if they play out round 2, which Ismashthings definitely has to do a bit to thin out his deck a bit more, I would say, then Teigmeissen will go first in round 3, and then he will be able to resurrect his Greatsword. So maybe Ismashthings will elect to not play out round 2 for that reason. Because if they play out along round 2, the Greatsword goes quite tall, then Teigmeissen will get first say in round 3 and can resurrect it. So probably we see a mulligan on Roach here, and maybe a blacklist on Rod Tosser, just to find the golds more easily. And we see Spy at least, but with Heim and deck for Teigmeissen, he will always be able to play a lower point Spy. So maybe Ismashthings should just take the pass here, play a long round. He has still 2 engines left. But of course, if he passes now and plays a long round, the Greatswords will also be able to grow in a long round. He can maybe hope that if he steals the Greatsword with Vic Medic and maybe steals a ship, that Teigmeissen has too many resurrections in round 3 and can't use them all, because there's not much left in the graveyard. But that's definitely a tough decision here. Okay. Goes ahead and steals Greatswords. If he finds another Vicovaro Medic with Joachim or Calvit, maybe he can even set up his own engine. So I think Teigmeissen should go ahead and resurrect the ship here. It also frees up more resurrects for him in the later round, or in round 3. So he will have already played resurrects. He could also, or he could not also, but he could go ahead and play restore. No, he can't restore the ship. Yeah, I think he should have resurrected the ship here. He elects to play the Greatswords from hand. And I think he's pretty lucky here that Ismashthings doesn't have a Vicovaro in hand and only has, well, not the best chance of finding it with either Joachim or Calvit. But that would definitely be a very nice play for him, as this play also can't really be interrupted by Teigmeissen. And it would just be 3 points a turn for Ismashthings for free. So, from not being the greatest matchup in my mind for Teigmeissen, this situation actually looks pretty good for him.
What do you need me to do?
Okay, with Glynis already out of the deck and Roach still having to thin out, we see Stefan to find the gold, either with Cantarella or Calvit. And we still don't see a resurrection on the ship. We still see a ship from hand, I think. Playing Pirate Captain into Corsair into ship resurrection here is much better, but that's only my opinion, of course. So Calvit into Detlef, into Vicovaro Medic, into Longship. Would definitely be a lot of points, but well, would be a lot of points and also great engine potential. But for now we will see the kill on the ship. Maybe Tyke Meissen isn't very worried as he doesn't have any or many resurrections in hand.
Pay us in blood.
So I think he should have maybe... No, he still has access to Jange Fred, which he can use to kill the Pirate Captain, because at some point he will probably want to play Pirate Captain or restore the Pirate Captain, so he needs it in his graveyard. And with not playing it in front of the ship, he just loses out on the possibility of playing Restore onto Pirate Captain. But he also needs the damage on the graveyard, Greatsword, which can always be interrupted with another spy. So I think Detlef into Vicovaro into ship here is actually maybe unconventional but decent play. Yeah, we see that. The Greatsword gets damaged and the ship can grow from now on with 2 points per turn, and the Greatsword with 2 points per 2 turns. Yeah. I think we'll probably see Cantarella as well, so Ismashthings actually has to be careful that he has a spy left to play with Rainfarm, in case he ends up finding that in round 3. He also still has 2 Rod Tosses, which are also not the greatest in this matchup, as there are a lot of 1-point units that Tyke Meissen can play to block them off. And we will see Heim into Skjal into a random cursed unit. In this case it's Harold Houndsnout. For a decent amount of points, but as soon as he kills the tokens, this will be a great amount of points. So maybe Tyke Meissen being sure here that he finds Harold, which means that he has his spy in hand, as those are the only 2 targets for Skjal, or he just decided to go for the 50-50, as at some point he would, or as he needs the tempo, the extra 5 points with Skull. So yeah, I think Ismashthings still needs to play out his 2 engines, I think, or keep them for a semi-long round 3. But if he decides to stay in this round now, there will definitely be a lot of points with Krak into Jenge into the Wilhelm. Okay, he's spy in hand, so we see both players going ahead playing their spies out, and Tyke Meissen also has the opportunity to block the ship Greatsword's chain, as well as Ismashthings does. Can't really decide here what he wants to pick up. So, probably 2 good choices here for him. Okay, we don't see a discard, so he might have discarded a Freya or Sigdrifa, as they are doomed and instantly are banished if they go to the graveyard. So yeah, Tyke Meissen can definitely catch up with like a 30-point Crack and Crate play here, but Ismashthings also has to thin out his last spy, so his Rain Fund doesn't get bricked in round 3. Does so and probably wants to find his Imperial Enforcer.
Your humble servant.
Here, and we will see if he gets decently lucky on finding his engines now. Yeah, also as I already said, Teigmeissen will definitely have first play in round 3, so he will be able to resurrect his Greatswords, or his Greatsword, even if it's not that big yet. Still decent points, and maybe he will get another. We'll be able to grow it again. So we see the last Vicovaro out for Ismashthings, as there's no point in saving it for another Greatsword's resurrection, as there won't be a chance. And just 2 emissaries into Enforcer, and oh yeah, he decides to get rid of the skulls, which is very nice for him, as the bear doesn't get spawned if your opponent kills this card. Even though the skulls just say Death Wish, if the Death Wish, especially for Wilhelm, is triggered during your opponent's turn, it doesn't work that way. So denying an 11-point bear here. Very nice use of the 2 damage from the Enforcer. So we see another pirate into Corsair into ship, so the Greatswords can grow again. And for the last time the Greatsword gets interrupted and the row is now full. I don't quite get why he didn't play the pirate captain in front of the ship to get less units on the row, because the pirate captain will die and also enable his restore, but well, it doesn't enable his restore because there's no ship left. I can't count. There are already 3 on the board, so that wouldn't work, but still would have freed up more space in the row. And he just elects to try to kill the ship now with the Enforcer. And I think we now have to see Jenge from Teigmeissen killing Wilfred and damaging the Greatswords, so he will get random 3 strengthening, and the Greatswords will go to 16 as well. So yeah, Teigmeissen still was a really good hand for round 3, but right now Detlef's best pull are probably Freya and Corsair, but they are both dead, as there is no... Oh, and actually Freya is possible because there's still a Greatsword left. So actually Detlef is not dead right now, but maybe he has Jenge in hand. I don't know why he doesn't play Crack into Jenge. Okay, plays Trifa into Greatswords. Oh yeah, plays Trifa into Greatswords to trigger both of their strengthening effects with Jenge. Yeah, plays that one out with Crack now. And damages both of them for a nice amount of points. Yeah. And the Rod Tosser kills the 1-point Demon Pirate Captain, enabling an 8-point restore. Well, 8-point restore is already enabled, but of course not the greatest play. Okay, Ismashthings can go all in here if he thinks there is some brick for Teigmeissen. Of course, Teigmeissen can't resurrect anything anymore, so definitely a possibility that he would have Freya or Corsair in hand. And if Ismashthings puts back Glynis here, he has a decent chance of it being at the bottom or the the top of the deck, so like, yeah, 66% chance. If it lands in the middle, he will be pretty sad. And he can also put back a Corsair or Spear Maiden if he wants to brick Teigmeisen's top deck in round 3. Okay, doesn't risk putting Glynis back in the deck, but puts back all the resurrection options here, or the restore options. So we'll see what he plays now. Yeah, plays the dead pirate captain, and yeah, now 8-point restore, and I don't think that will be enough. Oh. Yeah, okay, great play here by Ismashthings. He knew, or he suspected, there will be quite a few resurrections on Teigmeisen's hand, so he decides to bleed him out in round 2 and gets, or catches him with 2 very low point resurrections, making him win this final 3-2. So very well played here in catching this weakness of the deck in round 2 there.
Hey.
Hello. Yeah, well done. Congrats on winning this tournament.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
It was tough. And those last 3 games were, I was a bit worried actually.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna take back what I said about Spies being too OP. I think they're not actually too OP because I've been struggling recently on ladder also with them a bit. Lost quite a few games, and yeah, they're actually very matchup dependent, more than I thought before.
Yeah, I agree. I think because if you play the Glynis Growth combo, you thin so much, you need so many bronzes, and you need, or like 1 bronze more, and that already messes up your emissary pulls quite a bit. So I actually like the Teigmeisen version, which was already played by, or earlier played by von Schwarz, I think, last year. It was a bit more consistent and has a bit more points potential, but yeah.
I just hate playing it against monsters. The other combo is so annoying.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess it's most of the time it's probably better.
Okay. Are you very sad that you couldn't play your the Meave list?
Actually, no. I am relieved. I was expecting to lose with that deck from against most decks, maybe except Knickers.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he banned it actually this time.
Yeah, I think it can be quite good against Consume. He even have to say Teigmeisen even asked me how this matchup performs, like a Meave against Consume, and he was convinced that it's like probably an 80% win for Meave. And I agreed with him. So yeah.
Probably.
So
it's because of those calories, like they get boosted quite a lot. Of course, you can always brick with me, but still, it happens. But you can also brick with Spies apparently. A lot.
Yes, a lot. You only seemed like you only found rod tossers and
that one game
damage spy.
I found an assassin and I found a Vikavar medic that didn't have any targets, so I just had to go for the assassin, I guess. And the siege roll was full also, so I only could go in melee row. We're just going to die to Rod Tosser or the range roll, which just kills an emissary. It was hopeless.
Yeah. We have a question from Teigmeisen. He asks, why did you not start with Spies? But you probably didn't suspect it to be your weakest match or weakest deck, I guess.
I felt like the Speletal matchup is actually really good against all of his decks, even against the Foltest deck. Actually, it's not bad. It seems bad, but I actually tried it and it doesn't work as badly as you think it would. It's very coin flip dependent. If you get red coin, it's actually a pretty decent matchup.
Okay, because because you have the Thor buff and the engines with the Farseers, or
so yeah, basically you play out Farseers in round 1, and you force him to use Witch Hunters in round 1 to win the round, and then you just go from there.
Okay, yeah. But he still has, like, if he has double Margarita, like 1 in round 1 and maybe one as a resurrection or something, or he can even play Margarita last round and resurrect the Witch Hunter with Shani. That's also quite a lot of points.
Yes, but the the Thor deck just shits out so many points, it doesn't matter, I feel.
Okay. Because I also played it
Still
against
is.
Redwick, and Redwick's Thor list might be a bit weaker than yours, also a bit weaker to bricking, and
Yeah,
I just resetted everything in the last round, and it wasn't
I
easy.
tried to make the deck list more optimal, but I can't find anything, honestly.
Yeah. No, but I like your addition of Farseers. It's like even more boosts, so
Yeah,
even more reset potential if there's a heavy Scorch or reset deck, but definitely closer to the old Speller Tell list or the Spell Ale Tell list.
building around Thor is so hard. I actually don't think it's as overpowered as people think. Because, like, realistically, you're using it to scout mercenary Thor for 16 points most of the time.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
not something that's super crazy because Nilfgaard does it all the time with all of their bronzes.
Yes.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah, maybe
Of
19.
course, it's strong.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe 19
Of
points
course.
with a last wish. I think you played your Thors for 19 points at least 2 times last game, or like
Yeah,
in the first game.
with the last wish, you get a bit more, of course.
Yeah.
But
But now with
you have to run Magic Lamp for it and a bunch of like. I think it's only OP because it's you have sentries and you can actually like make use of all the Magic Lamp and the last wishes.
Yeah, I also don't think like it's good. So the 3-point nerf is probably it's not gonna hurt too much, but it's
I
important.
think it's gonna hurt just enough actually.
Oh,
It's like a 9 to 12 point loss every game basically.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna try the deck a bit, but I don't think I'm gonna keep playing it after this.
Yeah, but I think
be
the
honest.
most important thing is like either you play against resets or Scorch, or you don't, and if you play Scorch, like you get scorched away every time, so the deck is like the deck having such an easy hand counter, or like maybe a soft counter because you can spread the boosts a bit, but like the deck is
There's
still
a lot of counters.
Yeah, this deck is still very counterable.
And sometimes they all just land on the Farseer anyways, like all the Thought Rocks. I've had like 50-point Farseers or some shit.
Yes.
It can be horrible sometimes. I do think the deck is strong, but it's not that crazy, I think. But this the Scoia'tael version is definitely the strongest. Other factions are not going to be able to use Thor as well.
Yeah, we already saw I think we only saw Thor, Scoia'tael, and the Revenant Thor list from Fuck Homecoming, I think. Yeah. And I'm not sure if we saw any others. So I can't pronounce it anymore. Just mess up the
tournament
H,
at least.
the H now. So yeah. Also
there's been some Skellige decks, but not this tournament.
Also really nice consume mirror which was just decided by your one Mandrake in round 1. So yeah, definitely good point for you or a good play by you, like giving him first play by betting 9 points, I think.
It was 8.
Oh, 8. Okay. He should have probably bet more because of the Mandrake. So
I was considering, yeah. I thought this 8 is high enough that I think consume usually doesn't bet too many points, so I thought 8 was safe enough. But I'm not sure if you bet 8 or 7. Would be nice to know, I guess.
Okay. But I think for you having like a deciding reset in round 1, I think it was just always nice for you to go second, even if you give up 9 points or something.
That's why you just put Mandrake into every single deck.
I see what you did there. You should have played the other spy list, which would have had the 6-point silver reset. I forgot the name for Nilfgaard.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah. So yeah, another reset. Okay, but do you think this matchup was basically just won with Mandrake?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just gave you way up a point, up a card, and then
it was 29 points, and I just won on even cards off of that, and it was over there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Did you Tag Meissen asks did you avoid any matchups, or what matchup specifically did you not want to play?
Let me think for a moment. I was definitely afraid of Spies against Knickers. I didn't want to play machines against any deck except Knickers. I thought like Greatswords and Full Test can be won sometimes, but it's just too unreliable to expect that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how Knickers against Full Test would go. I have no experience with that one. He has some locks and resets, but you still have a lot of points as Knickers, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. To be fair,
Yeah, he only has one lock, right? He only had.
he has
Let me
Margarita
look.
and
Only has
Shackles
two.
as well.
Yeah, so yeah, if he finds if he finds Shackles and Margarita, then he also has the same situation as you had with the sim, where you found the
So
the artifact compression and Mandrake against his Necker list.
I was expecting that matchup to be a bit difficult, but I didn't think it would be an automatic loss for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And I went with Spelltel first, obviously, because I thought that all the matchups are decent, or
Okay.
even good, I would say. This is definitely the strongest deck I feel. This series, at
I
least.
thought the Spellertel matchup into Henselt would be not Henselt, into Foltest would be worse because of all the resets. But I didn't try
Yeah,
your exact list. So I
I was
thought
scared.
that was pretty bold play to play that first. Because I thought you would maybe, but if you still want to avoid it, it's like the best chance to play it at the start maybe as well.
I just practiced that matchup today.
Okay.
I was also like scared
Mm-hmm.
of that matchup before because I saw that I have all the Farseers, he has the Witch Hunters. It looks really scary in paper.
Yeah.
It's not as bad in practice.
Okay. Well, good that you
I'll-
practiced that, so you could be
If he
confident.
queued with Full Test, I was gonna bet like 10 points and expecting to win Red Coin, and off of that, I was hoping I can win somehow
Yeah.
if I don't brick too hard.
Yeah.
It was a bit risky, of course, to go Spelltel first, but I think it was not the biggest risk.
Yeah.
I partially didn't want to go Spies first because that Machines ban was very suspicious to me. Like, he kind of gave away that he might be playing Knickers first as well with the Machines ban.
I thought he would
It's
play
interesting.
Greatswords first, maybe because it just auto loses to Spies. So I think it, or like not auto loses, as we saw, it was a really close
Yeah, it
match.
was.
But
I actually don't think that deck list is too good on the Spies. It's
yeah.
a bit awkward.
Yeah, I think you got a bit unlucky with the draws maybe in round one, and
The
he
Roach
found
in
a
round
really
one is
good
annoying,
pass.
yeah.
Yeah, he found a really good pass.
If I could have played like Stefan there on round one, I would have been in a much better position.
Yeah.
Maybe win on even possibly. But yeah.
Were you a bit scared in the first round? Like you got rid of all his Neckers and you had Mandrake in hand, so there was no possibility of him ever getting any Necker chains. And then he started his Act chain. Were you 100% confident that you were winning, or were you a bit worried?
I was
As you're
maybe
hating
like
X.
I
Oh,
thought
sorry.
maybe there's like a 5% chance of losing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
I wasn't too worried.
Yeah.
I think
I
it was
agree.
gonna be closer than just a pure stomp, but I still expected to win that.
I've also never seen that in in this matchup, or like in a
Yeah.
matchup where you deny the Neckers and then just keep playing X. Definitely interesting to watch.
Another thing I was considering is in the Necker mirror match. I think if someone played Summoning Circle or just drew it in hand, that would have been a big advantage too.
Yeah, I think you both didn't have it in hand, right?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
didn't have it.
I
I
couldn't
didn't
see
have
the
it
full
at least.
hand. Yeah.
I forgot a little bit.
Um.
That also could have maybe decided if he had Summoning Circle and I had Mandrake and no Summoning
Yes.
Circle, maybe he had a bigger chance. He still goes to lose on even, but he has two more Neckers later. Could have made a difference.
Okay. I also saw you have a really great win rate on the ladder with all your decks. So
Oh yeah.
or well, most of your factions. So very well done. Probably do you play just the same you had in the tournament, or like mostly the same?
Yeah. During this tournament, I was playing just like only the main decks, main
Yeah.
three decks,
Understandable.
ladder. And I had my ult to play Necker consume a bit just to practice, but I
Mhm.
didn't play too much. I think I was like 15 and 10 on that one. No, it was 10 and 5, I believe,
Okay.
with Neckers.
So do you have anything more you want to say? Or I think you're waiting for the Eridan portrait by or from Philip,
I
right?
am waiting. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, so
And actually, one more thing, I did get 15 million points. Just saying.
oh, in the
Yeah.
in the Millionaires Challenge. That's also very good.
Yep. I think I beat everyone by a lot. I'm still waiting for that title as well, like I promised.
Yeah, I had to wait quite a bit for my title, I have to say, last time. So maybe you have to wait a bit, but you will definitely get to it. Yeah.
Hopefully I'm still alive by then. You know, with whatever's going on right now
Oh
in the
yeah.
world. Who knows? Let's hope we see it.
So anything you wanna add or say or
GG to Tyke
yeah.
Myson. It was close series. I had fun.
Yeah, I also had fun casting it. I botched the Necker versus Necker game a bit because I had my overlay on
Oh.
again. I'm very sorry, but I like
Well,
commentated everything.
at least it wasn't too interesting of a match, I guess. That was probably the least interesting one, maybe, of all of
Yeah,
them.
maybe,
It
but
was just a Mandrake play.
yeah. I have to
And
work on
after
my
that, it was just on. After that, it was just an autopilot for me. Like after the
yeah.
Mandrake, I just wasn't even thinking too much anymore.
Yeah, okay, well then. Yeah, thank you for playing in the tournament and well
Thank you for
played to
casting
you
and
for
hosting.
yeah, thanks. Was actually a lot of fun. Was a bit weird to get the last matchups going as there wasn't that much time between all of us, I think, but I'm glad that we managed now and yeah, well
Yeah,
played to you and to
we-
Protect Myson, so yeah.
It did take like a month actually to finish it. I think.
Yes.
Maybe
So-
a bit more.
Have to ask Redwig for his organization skills. Just force everyone to play on the weekend.
Yeah. Just scare them into playing.
Okay, then yeah, thank you for joining on the call and discussing your decks a bit and your pick choices and stuff. And
Yep,
yeah,
thank
see
you.
you on the ladder, I guess. I want
Yeah,
that rank 1
hopefully.
deck.
Okay. After this, I might be taking a bit of a break, but
Yeah, true.
hopefully we'll see.
Give me some time to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, you
then-
actually need to start playing more. Like I'm feeling ahead a bit too much.
Yeah.
I've been gaining like +5 or +6 for each win.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
losing like 25 or something. It's horrible.
I could only play in the evening now, and I only had like 1 or 2 opponents, so also wasn't that great for me. So yeah, if you wanna beat our tournament champion with some strong with the strong decks he has, so you can
Yeah, just
find him on the ladder probably. Bring some
Bring like
resets.
alchemy or ice
Bring-
trolls or something.
Yeah.
Just get me down to 4K.
And yeah, so see you on the ladder. Enjoy your tournament win, and hopefully enjoy your Eridin portrait.
See you, and yeah, hopefully I do. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Bye bye. Well played.
Bye bye.
So we will also have have an interview with Tyke Myson, with the runner-up in this tournament, in a second, when he joins, and then we will end the stream. So yeah, just 1 second. Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Thank you for your, to begin with, thank you for all your initiative and organizing this tournament. I have had a lot of fun and it was just a pleasure to play.
No, that's nice, thank you. I also had a lot of fun casting and playing as well. Even you destroyed my Kambi deck, my poor Kambi deck. But that was
Well,
deserved.
Now when we are after the tournament, I can kind of leak my preparation that all of my decks were kind of trying to dodge Skellige matchups. I really may have overestimated the power of Skellige. I thought it would be more popular, And I really think had I faced more of stuff like especially Queensguard, but Greatsword by veterans, I would be winning every single time.
Okay, interesting. What did you I can pull up your decks real quick. So I guess you consume. Oh yeah, the Osro tech and consume, of course, very annoying when you play Queensguard or any carryover match or any carryover Skellige type. Yeah, Spies, of course, as well. And I guess Foltest just had a couple of locks for the carryover card. And
Yeah, and also Fortes is quite control-oriented list that I was kind of afraid of our matchup in the quarters. Despite the fact that I was having 2 logs, I was afraid that it may not be enough to catch up if I don't draw everything perfectly. But against stuff like Greatswords, against stuff like Fanatics, against, of course, Falbot decks, it just do wonders. And
yes.
I'm really satisfied with this list.
Yeah, it's a really nice list, also very unique, and I have played it a bit, and I always end up bricking. Do you have the same troubles, or have you refined it enough to like almost play it perfectly every time? Because I've never seen you brick in this tournament, I think, or at least what I casted.
Oh, I have bricked only once. It was against you, against your Spies.
Yeah, okay.
I was playing Kudweni Knight.
True, yeah.
But to be even more to dive deeper into my experience with this list, I was extremely confident with this performance against Spies. And you are the only person who defeated me with Spies against this list for like very, very long time. With that amount of logs, with that amount of resets, it has never really disappointed me in this match in particular. So today I was actually wondering about whether start with Neckers or whether start with Full Test, because I was almost 100% sure that probably the best Spy player at the moment, Mr. Ismashthings, will start with this deck. And and yeah, and that was quite funny when I've seen Easy Ends as my first deck to face.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky for you, I think. Do you think Foltest is favored? I would say Foltest is favored against the Thor Spelatel list. But
Yeah, sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have heard what our champion has said. I'm really interested in this point of view. I can claim that I have never really played full test against his 8 against this exact list. But with this amount of resets, with ability to take down every Farseer, even at the very beginning, I haven't even worried once that I may lose this game in particular.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Yeah, Ismashthings also says in chat that he thinks it's slightly favored for Foltest, but definitely winnable for Scoia'tael. So
Can we play it afterwards? I'm not saying today, but in some free time, because I'm really interested in
you can try it out, yeah.
how you are piloting this deck against Foltest, so it makes 40% win rate.
Yeah. What else there?
Yeah, also Smash says that Skellige is too bad to face it. I have this trouble that every time just before the tournament, I have less time to play, and I'm never really satisfied with my lists. And I faced a lot of Queensguard last time I have played Gwent before the tournament, and I was this was my main concern to target.
You probably only played against Philip and me.
Yeah, that may be the point. And even though Kambi is kind of scary, I think I would have bigger chances to win the final against Philip rather than Ice Smash, just because of the Queensguard factor. Even though Philip has those control setups that you didn't have, I think your lists are still more oppressive for my engine list rather than round 1 or 2 random resets.
Yeah, it depends a bit on how well you draw with Queensguard always, how well you can pressure in round 1. Or with Queensguard Kambi as well. Were you surprised? Like the last match was super close with Greatswords against Spies. Were you surprised that it was so close? Because like I think you played it really well. Like you found a really nice pass, and Ismashthings also got a bit unlucky with his draws in round 1. But yeah, did you expect it to be that close, or were you afraid of it?
To be honest, the moment I have seen the first match that I'm not playing Spies, I have already realized I'm like 10% on winning the whole event, because Spies are extremely good against Greatswords.
Yeah.
And even though I realized that my opponent's hand is not that well, that he has played 4 engines and he's still behind with points, I still didn't really believe that I may take this one up.
Yeah.
I have misplayed twice in this the game. I should have played Jenga earlier so I can activate the bear. It could have been done, and also could have killed my Demon Pirate Captain earlier with the ship,
Yes.
so I could have not bricked restore. It was inaccuracies, maybe even blunders, but even if I had played everything perfectly, I still think short round 3 would be favorable for Spies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, also I also thought that you should have unbricked restore as soon as possible to resurrect the ship, because I also had that happen to me once, that they stole both the ship and the greatswords and just played greatswords with Spies, and I was worried that happened, and it happened.
Yeah, this was positional, rather not a misplay. With the demon, with the first demon, it was a misplay, but with the second one, it was rather a misclick. I wanted to play
Okay.
it on the left of the Cantarella, and it happened to appear on the right of
Yeah.
Cantarella.
But also killing the demons instantly with the ships when you already have a greatsword out. I always forget that as well when I play greatswords
Yeah.
now. You have inspired me a
Yeah,
bit to play greatswords again, you and Ruby Tooth. Actually quite fun. Bit nicer than
Yeah.
the Queen's Guards.
It's it's probably more, I don't know, stable, but I haven't really played Greatsword on the ladder from. Actually, I haven't used any of my tournament decks on the ladder aside of Necker Consume since the very beginning of the tournament. I didn't really want to leak how I play those lists, especially because stuff like Aretusa Foltest and those old school spies are not so popular nowadays.
Yes.
And I have only used Necker Consume because I detest this list. I don't like it. I actually even hate it, but I just really wanted to abuse those Queen's Guards, and I couldn't really find that monster deck or Squirtle deck that is repetitively so good at beating Skellige lists.
Yeah.
I was hoping people will ban it, but it turned out they are not. I have played terribly against your vampires with Neckers, with especially positioning the positioning against Alps, and then I realized I must practice before the later stages, and I dropped like 300 MMRs by playing them.
Okay. I found it interesting, the Necker against Necker match basically got decided by the Mandrake.
Yeah.
But if like the Osril also almost you got it back because you could consume the Necker Warrior, denying his chain, but unfortunately for you, he had the second one in hand, or access to the second one, so he could get all his Neckers out. Otherwise, there would have maybe been as well a chance for you as well. There was definitely interesting tech choices there, working for both of
Yeah,
you.
but I think this was my actually the only chance. Even if Iceman didn't draw Mandrake in round 1, I thought he might have it because he bet 9 points as a coin. But even if he didn't draw it in round 1 and he had it later on, it's still much better than Ozrel in this particular matchup. Ozrel was the only chance for Ozrel to shine was to stall the unique Necro Warrior. The moment I have seen him playing this the second one, I also already like, God damn it, it's already 2-0 and we are playing for like
Yes.
10 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for these great insights and also your deck building, which is always very interesting. Seeing what you targeted this tournament. and also your insights into
Thank you.
what you built around. Yeah, and well played to you, making it to second place. And yeah, GG's. Anything you want to add now? Or
Well, thank you for what I have already said. Thank you for your organization, and I also wanted to thank Redweek for helping me out in practices.
Oh.
It didn't actually turn. It wasn't actually enough because he didn't won the third place. Neither I won the first place. But thank you, my friend, for those matches against one another.
Okay. Yeah, very nice. Definitely dedicated practice can help a bit with the tough matchups, or like with matchup you have never played, or that aren't that common
exactly.
on the ladder.
Those last thought that just came out to my mind before I forget. Had I not practiced with Redweek, I would definitely ban Spies, not Myth. And
Yeah.
it's actually funny because before I started playing, I thought Myth is extremely weak and so draw dependent, and I shouldn't have any troubles obliterating it. However, when we started playing, I realized that I've got basically no chance to consume. I have also limited chances with Greatswords if Myth draws Faulty Sprite, and because I don't have any other control choices rather than Coral. And then I realized that my two weakest decks lose against this particular one, and I actually have bigger chances against Spies, even though they are probably the best skill-wise based deck Ismash have brought. That was all my strategy behind the suspicious ban, as Ismash said.
I'm not on it. Yeah, I can agree is that the Meave list can be a very, very strong. If you draw decently, I think. Don't even have to draw super good. You drawing decently is already enough against Consume and Greatswords as well, probably. Also, you get a lot of kills from the 1-point units that Greatswords plays. The Freyas, the Corsairs, and the Demon Pirates, which also boosts the Baron by another 5 to 6 points. So, which makes for great Lyrians in round 3. Okay, then, yeah, thank you for the interview as well. And, yeah, goodbye to you.
See you on the ladder.
Yeah, see you on the ladder. And, yeah, well played to the contestants. And very nice games. Also making it to 5 games, so get a full show. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. And thank you for talking to me, explaining your reasonings. And yeah, I will end the stream here. And yeah, goodbye.